Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be one of the best decisions you will ever make. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. Pay it forward to somebody who could use this motivational, educational, and instrumental video. I'll jump right in. One of the best decisions you will ever make when you understand that you are and or were in a narcissistic relationship. Perhaps it's a family member or a spouse, or it's a coworker, neighbor, whomever it is. One of the best decisions you'll ever make is to understand that these people don't change. They only get worse. And if you have the ability to remove yourself from the relationship, utilize gray rock if possible, but slowly remove yourself from these individuals. In other words, no contact is what I'm suggesting. If you can do that, that is one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Now, for many of us, we were in these narcissistic relationships. Some of us are still in these, smothered all throughout our life. Meaning, like I said, neighbors, coworkers, people in communities, organizations, the romantic interest, siblings, etc. But we didn't have the wisdom back then. Now we're getting it. And what we need to do is we need to become awakened and aware and understand that these toxic narcissistic individuals, or toxic individuals overall, whatever you want to call them, they don't improve. And what they want to do is they want to zap your energy. They want to take away your beautiful, bright, shining light. They don't want you to exist on the high vibrational state where you do exist. They basically, in layman's terms, they want to steal your sunshine. And that's exactly what they do until you get the wisdom, until you understand and you utilize the tools that I provide for you here on the channel. Now, frequently, I would say in every video that I've ever created, just about, I suggest for individuals to go no contact, to block the narcissist, remove all people and or flying monkeys associated with the narcissist, close the chapter on the book of that individual or those individuals, and heal and move forward. If that is something that you can do, I can assure you, it will be one of the best decisions you've ever made in your life. Why? If you have now understood that these individuals that you're thinking about are toxic and they don't change, and you've actually identified the signs and you've understood the definitions, the glossary, the terms on the narcissistic abusive cycle, and you've matched them up with your own experiences, and you're saying, wow, Andrew's actually right, these people are getting worse, and what they're trying to do for me is take more and more and more from me. And you were allowing that for a period of time, but now you're understanding, you're getting the wisdom. You need to apply the wisdom to your own life. So like I'm sharing, one of the best decisions you'll ever make in your life is when you understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. You need to be insulated. You need to have boundaries. You need to focus on yourself. You need to heal. You need to process that perhaps these individuals, let's say they were family members or are family members, these individuals have taken from you for your whole life since you were a little kid. You didn't know it, and you were probably, or perhaps were painted as the black sheep in the family, or the white sheep, whatever color you want to call it. The point is, you have empathy, you have abundance, you have beauty, and these individuals you are thinking of, they wanted to take it from you. They sincerely did. And when you thought, think about this for a minute, when you go through life believing that most people think the way you think, and their actions don't match up with your actions, but you keep on working for these people, you keep on doing the best you possibly can, you keep on lifting them up, you keep on loaning them money, you keep on giving them rides, you keep on supporting them, you keep on being a sounding board, you keep on solving their problems for them, you keep on giving them medical advice or romantic advice or whatever you're doing. But what you're doing is you're giving your energy away to an individual who, what they want to do is literally not have you grow, not have you thrive, not have you advance, not have you heal, not have you discover who these people are. This is the charade, the mask, if you will, of the narcissist. Now, there are all different types of narcissists. I don't get into that on the channel, and I haven't before, and I'm not going to now. I am just sharing with you. If right now, as you're watching the video and you're consuming this content, whether you're going to bed, you're waking up, you're having a cup of coffee, you're on your work break, you're on an airplane, train, automobile, wherever you are, maybe you're on the beach, relaxing, drinking a bottle of water and just looking at the beautiful ocean. But no matter where you are, if you understand that these people don't want you enjoying your life, they don't want you to succeed, they don't want you to do well in business, they don't want you to have a beautiful romantic relationship, they don't want you to have a positive, loving family. They don't want that. Now, you may say, well, you're being a little rough here, Andrew. I'm really not. I'm just telling you right now, going back to what I mentioned a few moments ago, Not everybody on the planet has your best interest at heart. They honestly don't. And many times the people that injure you and or hurt you or cause the most damage or abuse are people in your own immediate family, whether it is a biological family or maybe you married into a family. It doesn't matter. These people, they have identified who you are. They've identified what makes you tick. Perhaps you have a high level of empathy. Perhaps you have a lot of financial resources. Perhaps you're just a jovial individual who can laugh things off. Who knows? But over time, when you're in these relationships with these individuals, i.e. the narcissists, what happens is you experience death by 1,000 paper cuts. I don't say that lightly, because what narcissistic abuse is, in a nutshell, it is an insidious relationship with individuals or an individual, which starts off usually in the beginning with a euphoric stage or love bomb stage, whatever you want to call it, and then over time it shifts. And once the narcissist gets close to you, in other words, they figured out who you are and what abilities you have and the value you provide to them, keep that in mind, a value that you provide to them. Once they figure that out, then they start to devalue you. And then there you go, you enter devaluation street, which is the length of the relationship. It's the longest part of the relationship is what I meant to say. Having said that, that's when you are now working for the narcissist. You're doing things for them. You are giving them money. You are loaning them money. You are their emotional support. You are their emotional punching bag. You are a spiritual energy being zapped of everything you have, your core. Because remember, this battle with the narcissist, it is on multiple levels. It is a spiritual battle. Believe me when I tell you, if you've experienced a narcissistic relationship, the spiritual warfare is real. It's not something you read about in a book. It's not something you saw in a movie. It's not just words that people use. This is a spiritual battle, 100%. And if you don't think it's true, then most likely you haven't experienced a narcissistic relationship. That's for a whole different video. But that's one way you're in a battle with these people. Another way is mental, emotional, financial, physical. Everything around you, once you're entrenched in these narcissistic relationships, everything around you begins to collapse. You feel isolated. You do feel alone. You feel like no one's there for you because virtually nobody is there for you. And you're trying to explain this relationship or what's going on to perhaps family members or friends. And they are just telling you, that's life. What's the big deal? Move on. It's no big, I've got my problems too. And you're like, it's not quite that simple. There's something wrong here because every time when I go home, I see an individual who is hammering me. I'm experiencing rage fits. I'm not being talked to for days or weeks on end. I am being gaslit and I'm being abused financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, every way possible. I can't even say how I felt after I came home from work because this person's not even paying attention to me. And yet, as soon as the phone rings or someone knocks on the front door, they put their game face on, they act like everything's puppies and rainbows, and then when that person leaves or hangs up, I get the abuse again. But you can't explain that to an individual who didn't go through it because they can't wrap their head around it because the person that they see in your spouse or whoever you're thinking about is the mask. They don't get to spend a lot of time with that person. They don't get to see the mask slip as often as you did. When the mask did slip, they would just give the narcissist a mulligan. Oh, they just had a bad day. No big thing. It happens to people. And that once was you. But when you see it day in and day out, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, and you don't have the wisdom, you keep on trying to figure out what it is, what kind of relationship you're in, but you know something's wrong and you are being drained and you are becoming a shell of yourself. And what is the narcissist doing? The whole time what they're doing is they're getting your replacement or replacements because your energy and your fuel sources are becoming depleted more and more. That's how the narcissistic abusive cycle continues. But getting back on track, one of the best decisions you will ever make is leaving these people in the past. Now, I'm not suggesting you just pack up and go tomorrow. I'm suggesting have a plan. Slowly remove yourself from the relationship if possible. Understand that these people don't change and that they don't have your best interest at heart. And understand that this is a very important part of the video for you. Understand that, yes, it will not be fun. It will be a very challenging experience to say the least because perhaps you are in the trauma bond or you were in the trauma bond. Either way, breaking free from this is the path. It's what you must do. If not now, when? Now, again, I do understand that many people are financially reliant upon the narcissist. Many people can't go. Many people are trapped in a marriage. Many people are staying in the narcissistic relationship for their kids. Many people don't have the ability to get up and move because of medical issues and concerns. If any or all of those things apply to you, circumstances apply to you, I get it. I am simply suggesting that you need to understand and identify that you are most likely in a toxic narcissistic relationship. It will not improve. So if you can't remove yourself, I would really begin by utilizing gray rock, which is when you become boring, you become dull, you become just like a rock you would find on the beach when you're walking on the beach. You pick it up, what does it do? Nothing. It just looks at you. And what do? Most likely you put it back on the ground and you keep moving on. That is a pivotal tool that you can apply to the narcissist, whether that individual or individuals are in the workplace, in your own home, neighbors, people in religious organizations or communities you're a part of, who knows? But the point is, get off the radar. That's what you want to do. And you do not want to be giving them your emotional reactions. Remember, this is very important. Individuals who are in narcissistic relationships, and those of us who have healed post-narcissistic relationship, we need to become stoic, calm, centered, focused. We need to learn to respond, not react. I will say that again. Learn to respond, not react. Why I share that is because the narcissist is looking for reactions out of you. That is why the narcissist can't sit still. That is why they always pepper you with texts, or they're running around doing an endless to-do list and they want you to do it for them essentially, but they can't just be. You have the ability to just be. As I'm creating this video right now, wherever you are on the planet, my hope is you can just be. Think about what I'm sharing with you right now on this part of the video. If you do not have the ability to just decompress, to just breathe in, to just exhale, to focus on yourself, to be centered, to be calm, to not have drama. If you don't have those abilities right now, most likely you are in a relationship that is not serving you. And you most likely did not even know that this thing wasn't serving you, this relationship wasn't serving you, until probably right now. You see, there is a huge difference when you are in a narcissistic relationship. When you're in one, you usually wake up super early and you're running around doing things for the narcissist. You are certainly thinking about the narcissist, and they are certainly making sure you do think about them, because that is called the trauma bond, and that's where they want you. They want you thinking about them, pining for them, working for them, believing they will change, tolerating all the poor behavior, thinking that you're in a healthy romantic relationship or whatever relationship you're in. The truth of the matter is they've placed you in this mental prison, this physical four walls of your house where it's supposed to be your castle. It's supposed to be the safest place for you to be. It's quite the opposite. Many times it's a house of horrors. I don't say that lightly. Why I'm sharing that with you is because if you did and or do live with a narcissist, you know that going home in and of itself is a challenge. It's not fun opening the front door and not knowing who will be there, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. You don't know. Now, having said that, let's fast forward. Let's say you got discarded or you ended the relationship. Yeah, there's going to be a healing period. There's going to be a huge void, and there's going to be a mountain of work you're going to have to do. Having said all of those things, I'm not trying to upset you. I'm letting you know that that's the path. That's what you must do. But one thing you also must do is understand that you are the priority, and that once you have removed yourself from the relationship, you will find out that things calm down. Your energy does return. Your positivity does return. Your glow returns. Your health returns. Your finances return. The social circle that you did have before the narcissist, most likely it's all blown up. Perhaps you have a couple people that stuck around you. Many times you don't have anybody, but either way, those individuals who at one point you thought trusted and loved you, cared about you, they weed themselves out. And many of those people themselves were narcissists or toxic individuals who just grabbed their popcorn and watched your relationship implode. But all of these things I'm sharing with you, if you can just now think about what I'm going to tell you, take a deep breath in, a really deep breath in, hold it for a few seconds, and then exhale through your nose slowly. Just think what I'm sharing with you. If you can do that whenever you want to, no matter who you're with, that's a good thing. That's abundance, that's growth, that's beauty. Now flip the script for a minute. If you are trying to be calm and centered and stoic and within yourself, and the narcissist is not allowing you, or an individual is not allowing you, it's time to move on. Get my point. This is your life. This is your journey. You should not be doing what another individual wants you to do because you have the resources to do so, or because you are an empath, or because you don't want to quit on the relationship. You need to understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And that the relationship that you are thinking about right now, if you are still in it, it won't improve. It will only deteriorate. I am telling you right now. The last thing I'll share before I close the video is post-narcissistic relationship. It is challenging. It's one of the most challenging things you'll ever go through. But that is what's going to make you you. When you heal and you take time and you slow your life down and you process everything that you've been through, and you do the hard, heavy lifting, meaning you journal, perhaps you heal childhood wounds, etc. But you just live your life that is a good thing. That's where the abundance happens. That's where the doors happen. So one of the best things you will ever do in your life, I'm telling you, it is when you are or you do remove yourself from the narcissistic relationship. If you were discarded, believe me, that's the last thing you're thinking. You're like, are you kidding me, Andrew? There's no way. But I'm living proof. Believe me when I tell you, I experienced an awful lot post-narcissistic relationship. January 6, 2021 was my most challenging day. One of them, I should say, probably the most challenging day. I experienced the dark night of the soul and so much more. But I'm here. I am in abundance. I am a beautiful, bright, shining light, as are you. So you will have to go through the relationship. And most of this you're going to have to do all by yourself. It's a fact. Again, I'm not trying to upset you. I'm letting you know. The path to healing is a tunnel. You must go through it. You can't go around it. And the tunnel is going to be very dark. It will be pitch black at times. But slowly, as you make progress each and every day, week, month, that light at the end of the tunnel gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The next thing you know, you will wake up one day and you will say, oh my gosh, I feel great. I'm not thinking about the narcissist. I had to go through that relationship. There was no other way. And I feel incredible. That is where the abundance happens. That is where you did not think you would make it, but you did. Again, if you ever want to figure out how to heal from the narcissistic relationship, it's from within. It's not from talking to the narcissist. The exact opposite is the truth. Remember, you think or thought that the narcissist will give you closure or they were the answer to all of your problems. It's the exact opposite, and they know that. So one of the best decisions you will ever make in your life is removing yourself from these relationships, having boundaries, and living your best life. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it. From the beautiful Carolinas, this is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. This is a motivational, educational, and inspirational video for you to share with anybody who could use it. Again, I will just tell you this before I close it out. We all go through challenges. Every single one of us. Right now, every person on the planet is going through some kind of challenge. The narcissistic abusive cycle is one of the most challenging, if not the most challenging experience to go through. You will get through it. I'm living proof. If I can do it, you can do it. You need to believe in yourself. I believe in you more than you know. If you've made it this far in the video, it's for a reason. There is no such thing as a coincidence on this planet. You are here to get the wisdom. It is your turn to now apply it. Block the narcissist. Go no contact. Delete them. Remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If you can't, please utilize Gray Rock. Guys, remember, you are not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, you guys.